Before we get into this, it's worth saying up front, there are two main ways properties are sold: private treaty and auction. The process is different for each, and we'll cover that in a separate video. In this lesson, we are focusing on the general process of making an offer on a property and what you need to be aware of. So you found a property you like. It ticks your boxes, and you're ready to make an offer. The question is, how do you actually do that? An offer can be made over the phone, by email, by text, or in person with the agent. All of these are fine, but it's important to understand this. An offer isn't legally locked in until contracts are formally exchanged. You can make an offer, the seller can accept it, and either side can still walk away until that exchange happens. Another important thing to be aware of: the agent you're dealing with is not working for you. They are legally appointed to act for the seller. Their job is to achieve the best possible outcome for the owner. It doesn't mean they're dishonest, but it does mean you should be careful with what you say and what you assume. Once your offer is accepted in principle, this is where the process really begins. The contract of sale should be sent to your solicitor or conveyancer for review. This step is crucial. This contract needs to be checked for special conditions, settlement terms, inclusions and exclusions, anything that doesn't line up with what you were told. If changes are needed, your solicitor will negotiate those things before you sign anything. If the property is being sold by private treaty, there is usually a cooling off period. This is commonly 5 to 10 business days, depending on the state and how the contract is structured. During the cooling off period, you should complete your due diligence. These can include building and pest inspections, strata reports, council or planning checks, and anything else your solicitor recommends. This period also gives time for the finance side of things to be finalized. In some cases, a small holding deposit may be paid up front. It's often around 0.25% of the property price. It shows intent and usually starts the cooling off period. It's important to note that obviously, depending on which state you're purchasing in, the process may slightly be different. If you proceed, this amount forms part of your total deposit. Once the cooling off period ends and you're comfortable with everything, the contracts are formally exchanged. At that point, the deal becomes legally locked in. The full deposit is paid and the settlement preparations begin. From there, it's a matter of working towards the settlement date. At a high level, the steps differ depending on how the property is sold. With private treaty, there's usually more flexibility and time. With auction, everything needs to be done up front, and there is no cooling off period. We'll cover those differences in another video. The key takeaway here is this: making an offer isn't just about price. It's about knowing when things become locked in, getting the contract reviewed properly, and understanding the process you're in. Get this part right, and the rest of the purchase becomes much smoother.